So it is 11:23 p.m. on March 21st. Oh wait, no, it's heading towards the 21st. I was hoping that I would be able to say 21st, but it's actually the 20th still. Another 35, 40 minutes or so, obviously. Because it's 11:20. I don't even know if I have to do that because someone could just do the math. But yeah, another 35 minutes. I'll be the 21st of March. That's good enough, I think. Some people like to play that game, you know what I mean? It's an exercise. And anyways, I got this. So what happened was I went in there earlier and I went to add some coconut oil to the other two bundles of vermicelli style rice noodles, in addition to the sesame oil that I'd already added to it. And when I went to grab the coconut oil out of the cabinet, the sesame oil fell, and then a bunch of other things fell out of the cabinet. And it's not the cleanest. I mean, it's dusty on top of the little shaker bottles or the grinders next to my stove area. I don't know if anything flew into both sets of pasta at the time. I was making the soba noodles and two bundles. The last bundle of the soba noodles I had to throw out, just like the two bundles of the vermicelli style rice noodles before I had made the last two out of the package. With the remainder of more pumpkin spice fried rice, a small sweet potato, or the amount that was in a small sweet potato that I warmed up 2 days ago. It was still okay. I tested it. It's okay. It was okay. It smelled a bit strong because the shallots and the garlic, but it's okay. It's probably okay. I added sesame oil. I didn't add the coconut oil the second time around to the vermicelli, but I did add the sesame oil. I didn't want a chance reiteration of the little catastrophe that happened. And then I would have had to waste all my food at that point. So I didn't want to take. I didn't want to even tomorrow. I'm going to have to move a few things that are over beside the stove area, and not only that, but the bag of the vermicelli style rice noodles, the Ziploc bag that I had them in, had fell in that territory. So when I washed my hands ahead of time, and then I made sure it was sealed, and I carefully opened the seal, and then without touching the outside of the bag where it may have had dust or something on there. So I take those out. That's not the first time that's happened, and it's not the first time that I had to toss things in the garbage because of a screw up like that out of the cabinet. Sucks. It sucks when that happens, you know. It doesn't happen too frequently though. It's like the second time it's happened though. I get rid. I'm like shit, you know. Like I get this one. I say to myself that wouldn't have happened if I was living with someone else because the way it would be kept. It, I live with other people too, you know, and sometimes they place things that aren't, you know, they don't really think of my space, and sometimes they put something there, and I don't want to, you know, because they make meat and stuff by the microwave area. I don't use that at all. They use the stove too sometimes, but sometimes I wipe it down ahead of time when I know that they had made, let's say, I don't want to mention like Taylor ham or something in the morning. They make a vegan variety of hams and things like that, but you can't really find them. I used to get it at a restaurant up north from where I live, and it's a vegan restaurant. But they advertise themselves, I think, as vegetarian, but everything is vegan. Supposed when I went, yeah, and they have a chain of like various locations. Before I heard from someone that there was one around the corner from one of their, places that I was at the time. I think it was like there was a supermarket in the town area, and it was like right. The restaurant was there, but I didn't know that at first. But I used to go to one a few years before that, before I found out through someone else about the more local one. I used to go to one on Route 46 by the AC Moore, and I went in there a couple times before. It was right before vegetarian aisles were being put in the supermarkets. It was around that time period. It was around 2005, 2006. And then 2007 was when they started installing the, dedicated vegetarian food aisles in some of the larger grocery stores. Test this out. It's funny. I notice when I test my food out, if it tastes, if I'm worried about because the way it makes, sometimes it smells like it went a little bad, you know, but it's stored at either at room temperature, sealed in those bowls for 3 days max. Today's third day, I'd say. It hasn't been 48 hours yet. Well, it hasn't been 72 hours. I mean, it's been at least 48 hours, I believe. And it seems to be okay. There's tamari in there and stuff like that. It's just the garlic and the shallots weren't completely heated. So that's the strong fragrance. And then when I go to eat it, I make I my brain makes me automatically go, I think that's funny when I do that, and it's actually because I'm afraid at first because it smells like it went maybe bad or something, but then I know it's okay, and I'm like, it's automatic.